February 2nd, 2026. Roll call, please.
Mayor Shapiro.
Here.
Trustee Benton.
Here.
Trustee Berg.
Here.
Trustee Goldstone.
Here.
Trustee Greenberg.
Here.
Trustee Jacoby.
Here.
And Trustee Oppenheim.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you, Chair. If we could all stand, I would ask Pastor Tim Higgins to lead us in the pledge.
Flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a proclamation and a couple of important presentations tonight. So I'll first do the proclamation and I'll read it. Whereas all residents deserve to be treated with dignity, respect, compassion, and justice, regardless of gender, age, race, religion, economic status, sexual orientation, or physical, mental, or sensory ability. And whereas the Village of Deerfield supports the rights of every individual to experience equality of treatment and values our diverse population of residents, businesses, and visitors, recognizing that this diversity is one of this community's greatest strengths. And whereas February is annually celebrated as National Black History Month and recognizes the birthdays of Frederick Douglass and Abraham Lincoln, the observance of Black History Month calls our attention to the continued need to battle racism and build a society that lives up to its democratic ideals. And whereas individuals are encouraged to learn about the African American experience in the Village of Deerfield in the United States, and to celebrate this month by recognizing the contributions that African American individuals have made to our society, where resources can be found at blackhistorymonth.gov. Now, therefore, I, Daniel C. Shapiro, Mayor of Deerfield, Illinois, proclaim February 2026 as National Black History Month and call upon all people of Deerfield, Illinois, to honor and celebrate the history and the contributions of African Americans in our community, our state, and our nation. This day, February 2nd, 2026, is there a motion to approve the proclamation?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Now, I'd like to offer a couple of presentations. The first is to Jeff Marks. Jeff has been involved with our village for 30 years, 27 years on the Fine Arts Commission. You've made significant contributions over those 27 years. You have encouraged us to appreciate the arts, sculptures, many pieces of art in this village, the big art on the AT&T building.
Murals. Yep.
Murals, thank you. Working with DHS, working with our residents, working with artists, you really brought that feature and that culture and that beauty to our village because of everything that you've done. And we truly appreciate your 27 years to this village. We're sad to see you go. And your legacy is going to be one that will be with us. So I'm going to come down and present this to you.
Do we know where he's going?
On behalf of the building, I'd like to present this to you.
Thank you, Mayor. Jeff, come on, buddy.
Jeff, you're not going to talk?
I was
waiting.
You thought you were going to get away with that?
But you got 5 minutes, not 25.
Let me tell you, I've worked with 4 mayors, village staff, everybody, Kent to all the previous administrators. One of the great things is that I've worked with all of the trustees over these many, many years. The consistent aspect of all of this is that the Village of Deerfield supports the arts. When I first made the proposal for setting up a Fine Arts Commission, which was 30 years ago, Mayor Forrest at that point looked at the proposal and said it was really an unusual idea because I wanted to set it up in a different manner than all the other villages, etc. said that it's great, you know, it's going to take a year or two for us to get the ordinance and things done. So he said, let me appoint you to some other commissions. So I did. I served on 3 other commissions in the first 3 years, kind of learning some of the ropes. And then when it came time to do the Fine Arts Commission, Mayor Forrest called me in. He said, Jeff, you know, it's a great idea. We're going to set this up, but you don't have the experience to run a commission like what you're going to do. So I'm going to give you a mentor, a guy I knew, Mayor Davis, M-A-E-R, Davis, who I knew very well. And so he became the first chair. He was a great mentor for me. I was a sidekick. And we immediately embarked on a number of proposals and ideas supported by the village. I must say, in every proposal that we did, we never got turned down by the village. Of course, I knew enough not to ask for something that you guys would turn down. But as a result, we were able to just do so many great things for the village in cooperation with other entities. I always made sure that all the other commissions were consulted on any major projects that we had, including sculptures, murals, art fairs. Takeda donated all their artwork to the village, and that we were the stewards of that. All the other various things that we just participated in. Again, I want to just make sure that everybody understood that the success of the Fine Arts Commission is due to the trustees' support of the arts. It's very important. So let me close with this. Every community, this study shows us, every community that supports the arts is a thriving, growing community. Every community that does not support the arts is generally on the downward slope, every single one. And so the village of Deerfield has been so good about sponsoring and supporting the arts, and it's indicative of how the village is continuing to be strong and growing, that it does support the arts. So it made my job extremely easy. I thank you very much. That's it.
Thank you again for everything that you've done in keeping us strong and vibrant. The next presentation I'd like to offer is for Pastor Tim Higgins. For many years, and Pastor, you'll help fill in some of the blanks here, but for many years, North Shore Suburban Church has done Project Share. And for the past 3 or 4 or 5 years, I've been very honored and grateful and excited to be part of that. It's an experience that's just amazing. For me, to be part of that project where there's hundreds of volunteers putting food and other things in laundry baskets for those in need, and having all those baskets then shipped out to various groups, partners, people in need throughout here, Chicago, east, west, north sides, feeding thousands of people. It's amazing. It's inspiring. And you do it every year. And you reach and you touch people that way out of your generosity and out of your spirit. And we really, truly appreciate that. So I have a certificate of appreciation that I'm going to come down and give to you. And then whatever words you'd like to offer.
Thank you, Mayor Shapiro, and you summed it up well. This is my 10th year at North Suburban Church right here at Lake Cook and Waukegan. And this past Thanksgiving was the 22nd consecutive year that North Suburban Church has had our congregants join hundreds from the community to come out for Project Share. There was 1,560 baskets of Thanksgiving meals that we put together this year. That was a recent record for us, which means that over the years, 26,500 families have been served. And so this year, our congregation raised $80,000 to make that happen. And then we were joined by many from the community, from outside of our congregation, who brought canned goods, secured donations, and came and helped pack baskets with us on the day of, that Saturday before Thanksgiving. And we have these partnerships that have developed with organizations that are on the ground with folks in need, all the way up to Waukegan. El Puente Latino, I think, is our highest, our furthest north. And then in the city, we have family empowerment centers. And then more locally, we have international students at Trinity International University here in Deerfield, and CASA, the court-appointed special advocates for the foster system here in Lake County, got a couple hundred baskets from us. And so after everything gets set up and then all the meals get rolled out, they go out to various communities in 20-mile radius, and those people are blessed with Thanksgiving meals that they maybe otherwise wouldn't have been able to have. So it means so much to us, Mayor Shapiro, that you've now participated in that and had some family members come out this year. And we feel so grateful for so much that's been done for us as a congregation. So that's really important to us, that we are participating in the good work that this village is doing and contribute to taking care of needs in the community. So anybody who wants to join, we'll be back at it next year. It's Saturday before Thanksgiving, the 23rd time, with Project Shared 2026. And if you don't want to wait that long, at the end of April, we're doing Feed My Starving Children is a nonprofit that will be packing and shipping over 100,000 meals to children facing starvation in under-resourced parts of the globe. But thank you, Mayor Shapiro, for your support, and to the village for supporting us and encouraging us in what we do for all these years.
Feeding 26,000 people.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Great.
So we thank you and everyone that you've inspired to do this.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Our Community Development Department Objectives Report is next.
And Justin's going to provide the initial report, and then Steve and Jeff are here to answer questions specifically for their divisions.
Thank you, Mayor. I wanted to start this off by thanking all of the hard work from the community development staff. They put quite a lot of time and effort in this year. It was certainly a large construction year and planning year, so I do want to thank them for all of their good work. So this memo outlines notable activities undertaken by the Community Development Department over the past 12 months. As the board knows, the Community Development Department comprised of a building division and planning division and has 8 full-time equivalent employees for the moment. In addition to administering and enforcing the zoning ordinance, subdivision ordinance, and building codes, the department provides technical analysis and professional support to the Plan Commission, the Board of Zoning Appeals, the Appearance Review Commission, and various task forces. Over the past year, the department has undertaken a number of significant initiatives. This includes staff working diligently to review the 2024 editions of the ICC codes, which were just approved at the last meeting. As mentioned last time, that was quite the overhaul to adopt all the 2024 ICC codes, along with the 2023 NFPA 70. The department responded to 214 FOIA requests. That's up slightly from last year when it was 191, and up significantly from 105 in 2023. And outside of a resident is buying a home and wants to FOIA those records to see if their permits were pulled, the vast majority of those are commercial requests. Those are building contractors, windows, plumbers, all of that asking for new permit information. The building division staff worked diligently to resolve past construction conflicts. For example, 20 Riverside and 755 Kipling were closed out. As the board knows, those were quite the workload to get those through to completion. And staff continues to utilize the adjudication hearing process as a last resort tool for code enforcement. As every time we give an update on adjudication, I can't say enough good things about having that as, again, a means of last resort. I can guarantee you there were multiple situations with code violations that would have ended up in a similar type litigation closed session meeting that were resolved because of adjudication, and the leverage that the village has then to issue fines to get there to compliance before it's multiple years and just kind of snowballs into a much larger effect. So that court system has worked excellently. During this reporting period, 71 stop work orders or work without permit violations were issued. This is down slightly from 101 in 2024. I do believe that a large portion of that is we've caught the repeat offenders and they've learned their lesson. This brought in $48,852 in fines, and those associated permits were a little over $66,000 in permit fees associated with that work. As mentioned numerous times now, there are a number of ongoing 2025 developments that are continuing on into 2026. This includes the Pulte home site. 3 of those homes are currently framed along with the sales house, which is already received its certificate of occupancy. We also have Springs at Lake Cook Crossing, which are the 8 apartment buildings and the clubhouse. 2 of those buildings have obtained occupancy along with the clubhouse, so they are already filling 2 of those buildings at this point with tenants. The Deerfield Supportive Living, or the SLIF, that is occupancy expected in March of 2026. So here, that project went very smoothly, great contractor. So that will be opening up here soon. I know they have quite the wait list. And then we have Park 5, or the Venn Point, or the Parkway North development, the 144 townhouses. So they have 2 of the 9 buildings currently framed in. So quite a bit of work still to go over there. In terms of total permits, 2,335 were issued in 2025. That's down slightly from 2,346, which were issued in 2024. I had to fact check the number; it was too close. So definitely consistent, and that led to 2,976 inspections for the year. So just under 3,000 inspections. Staff also removed 306 signs from the right-of-way. The college hunks hauling junk, bandit, always putting those signs out in the right-of-way, so it's always them, along with a variety of other political signs. But again, down slightly since it wasn't an election year. But still, there's always a new sign. Moving on to the Planning Division, the Plan Commission reviewed 4 special uses, 1 plan unit development, 2 text amendments, 2 re-subdivisions and 5 public hearings, and 13 workshop meetings. This includes projects such as 155 Thingston Road and the Primrose Daycare, which should be in front of the board here in the next few meetings or so. Other notable land use reviews and approvals include a special use for a 2,050 square foot artist studio for Clay & Company, which we hear is getting raving reviews for those who've participated so far. Unfortunately, I have not thrown Clay just yet. A text amendment to allow a jewelry repair shop as a special use in the C1 Village Center District, and approval of an 830 square foot jewelry repair special use for Elegant Repairs to be located at 687 Waukegan Road. In addition to all of that, the village manager's office, planning staff, and the village's affordable housing consultant finalized an affordable housing policy guide based on the village's affordable housing ordinance. This policy guide is available on the website with some cheat sheets to make it easier for residents and prospective residents to understand that whole process. As staff liaison to several boards and commissions, staff participated in 15 public hearings with the Plan Commission, 2 meetings with the Board of Zoning Appeals, 11 meetings with the Appearance Review Commission, and 7 meetings with the Greenhouse Gas Working Group. During the 11 meetings with the ARC, 24 petitions were reviewed in the C1 and C2 commercial zoning districts. And since going into effect in November of 2024, the village has issued permits for 10 sidewalk or A-frame signs. Staff remember, as the board remembers, there was quite an extensive study there as that was outlawed completely, but the A-frame signs are extremely popular with businesses to advertise specials of the day and things like that. So far, 10 businesses have applied for those. Then finally, they assisted the village manager's office with the revisions of the village's residential impact fee ordinance, which will be coming to the next COW meeting next Monday. That wraps up the report, but I do want to say without the support of the village board, none of this would be possible, and we do thank you for all of your support throughout the year. With that, are there any questions, or I can call up Jeff and Steve if they have anything to say?
Maybe we'll wait until Jeff and Steve are done and then ask questions. Unless you guys have anything you want to add. Okay, they don't.
The report was that good.
They just don't want to. They just don't want to have any questions asked. Well, the community development department, Jeff, Steve, you, Justin, and everyone, you guys have been very busy. You had a busy year. You're going to have busy years to come because we have some nice projects that are on their way. Thank you for all of your help in coordinating, especially maybe the last quarter of last year, and pulling together to get us through and to keep us moving forward. And your job in community development is very, very important for the success of this village, and you guys are doing it well. So thank you.
And I think we should probably also thank all of the volunteers of the people, village residents who serve on the commissions that work with our development department, the Plan Commission and the ARC and the GHG, all the other people who come in and give their time to tell us their opinions and what they'd like to see in the village and make sure we uphold our standards. So I think we should thank them too.
And fine arts.
Fine arts.
Folks, yeah. Absolutely. So we're going to extend our thanks to all of them as well. Questions for Justin?
And or Steve / Jeff.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. Great job.
Minutes for our previous meeting, January 20, 2026, the village board meeting of that date. Is there a motion to approve?
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Bills and payrolls. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Trustee Berg?
Yes.
Trustee Goldstone?
Yes.
Trustee Jacoby?
Yes.
Trustee Oppenheim?
Yes.
Trustee Greenberg?
Yes.
And Trustee Benton.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Now is the opportunity for the public to offer a comment on a matter that's not on the agenda. Is there anyone here that would like to make a comment on a non-agenda item? Okay, let's move on to our reports. We have nothing on our consent agenda, nor on under old business. Under new business, item 2618, ordinance amending Chapter 3 of our municipal code regarding alcohol delivery. Justin.
It's great to be back. On January 1st, a new law went into effect that prohibits municipalities from regulating the delivery or require a separate or additional license for the delivery of alcohol. So a few years ago during COVID, when the rise of Instacart, Uber Eats, and all of that, trying to think a couple other companies out there that you could purchase alcohol specifically through and have it delivered to your house, the village implemented the Class K liquor license, which authorized that. It is a subsidiary license to the Class A liquor license, which is held by Whole Foods, Garfield's, the bottle shop across the street, and Jewel. So again, you couldn't hold the Class K outright. You had to have you couldn't hold the Class K outright. It had to be a subsidiary to a Class A. Either way, the state said that is no longer legal. Therefore, we have to repeal this Class K liquor license. And since it did go into effect January 1st, we do recommend that we refund those 4 businesses their $200 liquor license fee since they applied for the 2026 calendar year.
So in other words, there's no restrictions to curbside alcohol delivery.
Exactly.
And there's no need for the special from the state, right?
Exactly.
And there's no need for a Class K, so we're going to eliminate it.
Exactly.
Okay.
But this doesn't change in any way the way these businesses are dealing with their customers. They're just going to be able to do what they've been doing. We just are not double licensing them.
Exactly.
Questions for Justin? Is there a motion to approve the ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Trustee Goldstone?
Yes.
Trustee Greenberg?
Yes.
Trustee Jacoby?
Yes.
Trustee Oppenheim?
Yes.
Trustee Benton?
Yes.
Trustee Berg?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Item 2619, a resolution approving an agreement with Footstone of Glenview for native landscaping and ecological restoration services. Michael.
Good evening, Mayor and Board. This project includes 2 Metro Rail corridor locations. Along Chestnut Street between Hazel and Elmwood, Footstone will install a bioswale and pollinator corridor to improve stormwater performance and support native vegetation. Along Waukegan Road, north of the Tony's sub-area, the contractor will perform restoration and maintenance on a native corridor which was installed in the previous year. Work includes invasive species removal, native seeding, erosion control, and reseeding of bare areas. These improvements will enhance drainage, support pollinators, reduce long-term maintenance needs, and improve the appearance and function of the village right-of-way corridors. The total project cost is $43,560, with $30,145 for the Chestnut Street installation and $13,500 for the Waukegan Road restoration. This project is fully funded through the Capital Improvement Program, specifically the Village Green Initiatives Fund. Staff is recommending approval of this agreement based on Footstone's specialized expertise in ecological restoration and the consistency of this project with the village's ongoing native landscape and sustainability initiatives. Staff therefore recommends adoption of the resolution as presented, approving the agreement with Footstone, Inc. in an amount not to exceed $43,560. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Mayor, what do you think?
I am extremely excited about these projects, and I think we all should be. This is something that I know Public Works and a lot of people here in the village have been working on and proposing and thinking about for a number of years, and it took a long time to get all the agreements and get all the arrangements made. Footstone has got an excellent reputation, tremendous expertise in doing this kind of work, and this should be an enhancement and a sustainable feature and something that we can be proud of and will be extremely visible to many, many people in the village, because these are extensive areas. You can see from the map, all up and down Chestnut Street, all up and down Waukegan Road. And at this time, I mean, they're eyesores, and the stuff that's in there is bad stuff. And so it'll be removed, and we will be really, really enhancing the area. I'm extremely excited about this. You can tell I'm a cheerleader for it. I think it's tremendous that we can do this.
And I also want to congratulate Metra for agreeing
Yeah.
with us to do this, because I think that was a really weird thing for them to do.
This is
We're-
unprecedented.
We're breaking ground here with Metra on their right-of-way to do this stuff.
Unprecedented.
I had
They
a
have
follow-up
not.
question about that, because the right-of-way on Waukegan Road belongs to Metra? Or
Correct.
the railroad
So,
owner?
so you've got Metra right-of-way and IDOT right-of-way. If you
Right.
think of north of, the restaurant. But if you come south, a lot of that's Metra right-of-way. So we had to work through their bureaucracies to be able to do this.
Yeah, no, I appreciate and I support the project for sure. I'm just wondering from a cost standpoint or responsibility standpoint, do they have any obligation to upkeep the right-of-way?
Not in their opinion.
They're just letting us do this.
Right.
That's
And
why
that-
it's been looking so bad.
Exactly.
They don't do anything.
Yeah, so they don't have an obligation to do to do anything in terms of the general maintenance, and we do it at our own risk. Theoretically, if Metra wanted to come in and change it and rip it all out, they could. The Metra's position generally is that they want to do as little as possible.
I get that.
Maintain it because it's costly all across their system, and they're letting us do this, and we
Correct.
take on the risk, but we get the benefit. So
I having previously worked for a utility company
Yep.
and understanding right-of-way agreements somewhat, not an attorney, but there is an obligation to keep up the area, and I don't know, like,
well, they're not right-of-way agreements. So with a lot of utility companies who want to use our right-of-way, they come to us,
Yes.
and we enter into agreements with them to use our right-of-way. So if it's a fiber optics company that wants to put fiber under our streets or in our parkways, so this is property that we don't own. This is property that belongs to Metra, that they're responsible for. We don't have a right-of-way agreement where they have agreed with us to maintain it at a certain level. So their maintenance responsibilities are really those that are subject to general common law of any property owner. They obviously don't want certain risks and liabilities to their property, but not maintenance. They don't have maintenance responsibility in terms of the
but we are
planting.
not the landowner.
No.
We are not and if it puts it in perspective,
Yeah.
Metra's point of view, their responsibility is for safety
Yeah.
and for safe maintenance of their business, which is running trains. What we're proposing to do is to remove the landscaping that's there and put in sustainable native plantings that will provide habitat and better drainage. None of those things are priorities for the landowner. Those are values that we have, that we are imposing on their property.
Yes,
And they are allowing us to do this, and it is actually unprecedented, I am told, for Metra to agree to this. There is one other area that I am told that has been planted on Metra right away, and it is in Glenview, and it was done without Metra's knowledge. So the fact that we have gone through these hoops gives us a certain amount of protection. Don't be mistaken, if Metra, if the agency decides that there's something they need to do on their tracks,
Oh, yeah, they're going to do it.
and they need to get through our planting, they are going to do that.
Because you could see that. I mean, we do that with our right-of-ways all the time, right?
Exactly.
If I got to send my crews in there.
Exactly. So we're taking a chance in that regard. However, the kind of plantings that are being anticipated to be put in this area are the kinds of things that are, because they are native, because they are long-lasting, because they are self-seeding, we are hopeful will not be
They'll go on.
destroyed,
Yeah.
and they will come back.
A great project.
So-
And my assumption that it was our property, I stand corrected. Thank you.
And
So we thank those at Metra and formerly at Metra
yeah,
for helping us out with this. This is a great project. Any other questions or comments, discussion? Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
I would love to move to approve this resolution.
Second.
Roll call.
Trustee Greenberg.
Yes.
Trustee Jacoby.
Yes.
Trustee Oppenheim.
Yes.
Trustee Benton.
Yes.
Trustee Berg.
Yes.
And Trustee Goldstone.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Item 2620, a resolution approving closed session meeting minutes of our board and authorizing the release of certain closed meeting minutes.
Nothing magic here. This is the board has approved those certain minutes between July and November of 2025. And as Ben will remind us, we have to do this every couple of times a year. So we are in keeping with our statutory requirement to review and approve minutes and not release those that we shouldn't release. And that's the recommendation.
Questions? Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
Move approval?
Second.
Roll call.
Jacoby.
Yes.
Trustee Oppenheim.
Yes.
Trustee Benton.
Yes.
Trustee Berg.
Yes.
Trustee Goldstone.
Yes.
And Trustee Greenberg.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Item 2621, a resolution approving a first amendment to the residential and commercial waste collection franchise agreements with Lakeshore Recycling.
Thank you, Mayor. And we do have representatives Josh Connell and Bill Kenny from LRS who would like to say a few words after I finish the introduction presentation. The Village of Deerfield's current 5-year residential and commercial contract are set to expire in a month or so, March 31st. Currently, LRS provides service to a little under 6,000 single-family homes, 495 multifamily properties, and 300 commercial centers. At the October 22nd Committee of the Whole meeting, staff presented this exact proposal to renew both the residential and commercial contracts for an additional 5 years. So in the case of the commercial contract, this would be the third 5-year extension, and the residential, we've had them for the last 5 years, so this would be the first 5-year extension. So overall, everything has been excellent service. Key components of the proposed LRS contract renewal include, this is by far the biggest change, is right now we have collection Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. This would move to Tuesday and Wednesday collection only. So all Monday would go to Wednesday collection. So by far the biggest communication there. So we'd have trucks here one less day of the week. The residential service rate will increase to $25.45 per month. That's up from $20.02. But I'm sure as the board recalls, there is that general fund transfer which subsidizes this rate for multifamily and single-family service. So the rate actually paid by residents is $11.32 per month. The multifamily service rate will increase to $14.60, but as is the case with the single-family rate, homeowners will pay the $11.32 for this service also. Commercial collection rates will increase by an average of 11 to 14% depending upon what class that they are in. And LRS has agreed to a 1-year rate freeze for residential service, including yard waste pricing stickers. Then in year 2, it would be a 2.5% increase, followed by a 4% and a 4% increase. Staff believe the proposed renewal provides a cost-effective option and represents a more economical approach than rebidding the services. The village has maintained a long-standing and successful working relationship with LRS, and we'd like to continue that relationship going forward. One piece I did skip over was for the first time we did include language for liquidated damages or fines if portions of the contract are not met, and those would be, depending upon the violation, a $500 offense or a fine. And we hope never to use those, but it is included in the contract for the first time now. Are there any questions for me, or I can call up Josh and Bill to say a few words?
What is the reason for losing 1 day of pickup?
The combination of, and actually, I mean, you guys can talk about that too here a little bit. You want to come up and say a few words?
I think it's a more efficient route.
Yeah, it is. It's more efficient route.
We'll let them answer.
Just
the
more
question.
trucks in sight.
Yeah, because at home, now I got to put it out on Tuesday.
Good evening, Josh Connell with LRS. The biggest reason for the balancing from 3 days to 2 days is really for our own purposes for truck allocation. Most of the communities in the North Shore are serviced Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, with no Wednesday service. Deerfield has a Wednesday, so now we can balance our trucks better, have a better ratio of backup trucks, where we're really short on Monday having backup trucks on Tuesday. So this will give us a little bit more balance and have our drivers have more of a balanced week as well. That's really the reasoning for it. So it will allow us to put a couple compressed natural gas trucks in on Wednesday, so we think that will be a benefit as well.
Will it take you longer, obviously, or you're just adding trucks so it'll be the same times?
Same time, just adding trucks.
And Dan, part of it from a staff standpoint is having Tuesday, Wednesday with the backup of Thursday, Friday is really important because weather happens, and all of a sudden, these guys are stuck trying to collect on a Saturday, and that's just not the best either.
Yeah,
but
we don't have weather issues in Chicago, so.
So I appreciate that we're trying to condense the collection, appreciate that they need to be more efficient in their routes, which we want them to be because that adds to our benefit from a cost standpoint. But I also know that when they're done on Wednesday, if I have a backup on Thursday and Friday, that's better for me and better for them.
Yeah, and we're also in a nice position, too, where we're in Riverwoods on Thursday, Highland Park on Thursday, Northbrook on Thursday. So we're surrounding the community. So for any late outs, missed pickups, whatever the scenario may be, we've got coverage really on bookends, Monday and Thursday as well.
I think it does say something that we're on extensions for both of these contracts. It says, to me, things are good, because if they wouldn't, we wouldn't be on the third extension or the first extension, Justin, as you just said. So, questions, Jesse?
Question. Very pleased to be renewing. I think you guys do a great job. A question, clarification for Justin. With the change in the pickup schedule, I don't mean to put you on the spot here, but I imagine no matter what we do, not everyone is going to get the message. Right. Can you give us some ideas or clarify how we're going to communicate with the residents whose schedules will change from the Monday to the Tuesday or Wednesday?
Sure. So there's going to be extensive communication. As soon as this is, assuming it's approved, we would start communicating almost immediately since we have about 60 days or so before this would go into effect. The one upside is, since moving from Monday to Wednesday, if you put your cans out Monday, you're only going to do that once. Whereas moving from Wednesday to, the reverse side would be you'd actually miss it for the week. So there is that upside. But details, social media, e-blast, even if we can go to direct mailing for some of these impacted residents, we certainly could do that too. But we figured no matter what, it's going to take a week or two for everyone to get on the same page.
Work with David on
yes,
on
it'd be extensive communication with this.
Yep.
Okay, great. I mean, I think if dropping a note to people in their mailbox or something, if it's direct mail or having staff do that, just so people get the message, I would imagine folks wouldn't be happy if they somehow didn't see the social media post or read the newsletter or something of that nature.
They're going to have extra staff on the phones that day.
If there's one thing that people are concerned about is when their garbage
as they should be.
is
I have a feeling 1 week and they'll be fine.
Yes, it's a quick adjustment.
Quick learning
Yes, sir.
curve.
Good evening, everybody. And I'm Bill Kenny, and I'm also with LRS. And it's great to be with you tonight. I've met many of you before at some of our tours and our facility tours, and so pleasure and honor to be here tonight and to have this trust put back into us as a company. And without being verbose, I will throw a bouquet of roses at Justin and his team because it didn't come easy for us. They made us earn it every time, every point, and he was a pit bull on behalf of the village in the best of ways. So I just wanted to say that to your team.
Why do I feel you guys are going to arm wrestle after?
No, he's got a few years on me.
We want that.
But you had asked a really good question. How do you communicate this? Because you're taking a large chunk of the town and you're allocating them to a different day. So also, beside what you had mentioned, Justin, in terms of the village's outreach, we have a dedicated marketing department, and they're already aware of this. We will have cart stickers or tags made up, and so I think it'll be the first 2 weeks before the start, or at least the week before this starts, that will go on all those carts on that Monday to just alert people. So it touches everybody that puts those carts out. And I think we're actually going to be doing it the 2 weeks before, preceding. So we're already on top of that. Justin has requested, and we are going to have that to you and your team soon. Routing, remapping of that show the current routes with the addresses and whatnot. So we'll also be putting our own outreach on top of this and marketing it so people aren't caught off guard. Is it ever perfect? No, it's not. You're going to have some residents that say, what's going on here? But we don't anticipate that will be too many people, and we're prepared with our customer service department when that does happen. Thank you.
And since Kent's one of those people that'll be affected, I'll be calling your butt. But can you guys talk about the efficiency that's generated again? I mean, you're asking us to change those days because it's better for you and better for us, and the efficiency and the cost, right? How does that translate? So you're going from 3 days to 2 days, and how does that help you? Because I think for us, it results in a cheaper cost, but it's also we want you to be better, right? I mean,
we don't want to get complaints.
No, we want you to be better, and we want us to be better.
Yeah, I mean, it is a cheaper cost. I don't remember the exact figures, but it's probably $1.50 more per home if we keep it on the same schedule.
See, that's important.
Just to give you an idea. Right. But then there's non-financial aspects of it too, and that again just goes to having a spare ratio of trucks, where we like to have at least one spare truck for every 10 trucks that are on the street as a company, and we don't have that same 10-to-1 ratio on Mondays right now. This gives us a little bit more flexibility. These trucks are $500,000 trucks. They do break down occasionally. They're used every day. Hydraulic lines could go, tires can be, can get flat. Things can happen. It's nice when we have a really good spare ratio. That doesn't affect our service then, doesn't affect the service we're providing in Deerfield. That will help us a little bit more for the issues that we do have. Those are some of the things we like to put behind us by making this change as well. And that's really not financially driven. That's just having a better ratio of spares to frontline trucks that we have on the street. So,
Thanks, Josh. Makes sense.
And I also wanted to mention how appreciative we are of the compost service that you provide us and the orange bags. That is a wonderful service.
You guys
for
are the
residents.
envy of so many communities in the Chicago area, all the way out to the far west suburbs, south suburbs, you name it. The fact not only that you're one of, I think, 7 or 8 communities with a curbside organics program, but that Hefty Renew program, everybody's calling me for it. They all want it. So those are, again, 2 programs that, as a disruptor in the industry, we continue to try to push the envelope on not only infrastructure so we can recycle items that your traditional curbside programs can't, but also just creativity and partnerships that we have with end users, whether it's a Hefty Renew program or just other items like our ability to recycle polypropylene and glass, that a lot of curbside programs throughout the country really struggle with some of those items.
It's true.
And we're always looking for new ideas.
We truly appreciate it. We also appreciate you working with us when we reach out to you and want to know statistics as to how we're doing, what's being picked up, and it's been very, very helpful for us as we try to study our situation and try to be more sustainable, that we can turn to you and say, how are we doing? What can we do better? How can you help us do this? So I'm holding you to it.
Well, we appreciate it, and we hope to continue the partnership, so thank you.
Thank you. Any more questions, comments? Is there a motion to approve the amendments?
Second.
Trustee Jacoby?
Yes.
Trustee Oppenheim?
Yes.
Trustee Benton?
Yes.
Trustee Berg?
Yes.
Trustee Goldstone?
Yes.
Trustee Greenberg?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Item 2622, ordinance authorizing the issuance of GO bonds, Series 2026A, and taxable general obligation bonds, 2026B. Eric and Anthony. Is Anthony?
And
Yes.
ordinances are
Anthony's
in
here.
their, place with the numbers filled in.
Yep.
So.
As we previously discussed at Committee of the Whole and budget meetings, part of our 2-year capital plan is the issuance of debt. We held 2 auctions this morning. The first auction was for the tax-exempt piece, which covers our general infrastructure projects. Second auction was for a taxable piece, which covers property acquisition. Within the packet was a blank ordinance because we didn't know the numbers until the auction this morning. So in front of you tonight is a hard copy of the final ordinance as well as a final sale summary packet that Spear Financial put together this morning. And we have Anthony Maselli here from Spear Financial. They're our municipal advisor who guided us through this, helped us structure the deal. And he will explain the auction and answer any questions there may be tonight.
Thank you, Eric. Good evening, Mayor Shapiro, Village Board. So as Eric had mentioned, we had conducted the competitive auction this morning for the village's 2026A and 2026B bonds. So starting with the 26A, we completed an open auction for that issue, and I'll just do a refresher on what that is. We've used it in the past for the village with success, and essentially we take bids in a 15-minute bidding window. We allow underwriters to bid. After they bid, they know the place that they're in, and that's all they know. So if they're in second or third place, it'll say that, and then they're allowed to rebid. So through that process with the 2026A bonds, we received a total of 50 bids from 7 bidders. So
Wow.
a lot of demand as the underwriters continue to rebid to try to improve their bid and win the bonds for the, to purchase the bonds from the village. Excuse me. So the best bid was received from company Robert W. Baird and Company out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, at a 3.6242%. For the 2026A bonds. Second place, Stiefel Nicholas at a 3.6319%. So very tight bidding, and happy to receive the bid from Robert W. Baird and Company. After the sale, we received the final interest rates from Robert Baird, resized the issue to a final par amount of $6,040,000, and that'll provide the $6.4 million in net proceeds for capital to the village. Final interest rate at a 3.6242%. So moving on to the 26B issue, which is the taxable issue. So keeping that in mind as we start to talk about the yields. Also sold that through an open auction. Received a total of 16 bids, this time from 3 bidders. Again, it was actually Robert W. Baird and Company that came in with the best bid at a 5.0002%. So we're going out that many decimals for a reason, because the second place bid, Piper Sandler, was a 5.0008%. So a few millionths of a basis point away there. After the issue, we were resized to a final par amount of $2,260,000. And that'll provide the $2.2 million in proceeds for that issue at a final rate, of 5.0002%. So again, those are the taxable bonds. The reason for the difference in rate is that these bonds, the buyer of these bonds doesn't benefit from the tax exemption. So they do pay federal income tax and the income earned there, or the interest earned rather. And then, the difference in demand we saw was mostly as a result of the size. This was a smaller issue, about $2 million versus $6 million on the other. That said, given all of that, looking at other issues that have been recently priced in the market, very happy with the interest rates that we received.
So it makes sense when you have a higher interest rate that's taxable.
Yes.
And when it's tax exempt, makes sense that that's
Lower interest rate.
lower interest rate.
Yeah, absolutely. The buyer of these bonds, they have to pay federal income tax on that taxable bond, so they're going to demand a hhigher rate of interest.
From us.
And did one of these get pinned or whatever to the bank? Was the bank part of one of these bonds?
The second one, the bank
This-
purchase. Of
yes, that was the second issue.
Yes.
Taxable purpose. Yes, absolutely.
And again, part of that's the uncertainty of payback timing. We're talking about trying to resell that property. There's other uncertainties related to that particular purchase that are different than investing in street rehab and investing in water mains.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you're allowed to issue tax exempt bonds for governmental purposes. When you have a purpose such as a land acquisition where you're not sure of the eventual use of that facility, it may not be a government purpose. The IRS does not allow you to issue those bonds with that tax exempt. So you have to issue those as taxable bonds, so you don't benefit from the tax exemption there.
Got it.
I'll just mention that as part of this issuance, we did go to Moody's Investor Service to get the not only these bonds rated, but have all of the existing bond issues of the village have the village's rating affirmed. And I'm pleased to say that the village's rating was affirmed at AAA. So you maintain the highest rating possible from Moody's Investor Service.
Is that why there were so many bidders?
That is, yeah. That definitely aids in the demand and the interest rates that you saw today.
Yeah.
Certainly, the lower the rating, similar to your own personal credit ratings, the lower the rating, the higher the interest rates, and lower the rating, potentially less demand you see on these issues. If you read through that credit report, they note the exceptionally strong economic indicators, robust reserves, as well as the solid pension funding contributions as reasons for your AAA rating. Want to just say that the bond issue can be a long process, and I want to thank Eric and Kent for their work in helping putting together the official statement and bringing this process together smoothly. And now we move on to closing February 18th. So I'm happy to answer any additional questions.
Questions? Eric, if we were to ever then sell the bank, then we would abate that bond?
Well, hopefully we'll be abating them with TIF increments
Correct.
as we go.
I understand. Okay.
If and when we sell the building, we could use those proceeds potentially to pay back. We did include a little bit shorter call in that bond issue so that we could call the bonds back and pay them if we were able to sell that building.
Got it. Okay. Questions for Anthony or for Eric? Is there a motion to approve the ordinance?
Move approval.
Second?
Roll call.
Trustee Oppenheim?
Yes.
Trustee Benton?
Yes.
Trustee Berg?
Yes.
Trustee Goldstone?
Yes.
Trustee Greenberg?
Yes.
And Trustee Jacoby?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Anthony, thank you.
Thank you.
Eric, thank you.
A resolution to approve an agreement with Mad Bomber Fireworks out of Elgin for Family
Pick
Days.
a better name. Just kind of pick a better name.
Thank you, Mayor.
Every year, I love this.
Yes, agenda item 2623 is a resolution approving an agreement with Mad Bomber Fireworks Production for the village's 2026 Family Days fireworks display, scheduled for July 3rd, 2026. The village has worked with Mad Bomber for more than 30 years, and staff remains confident in their experience, safety record, and ability to deliver a high-quality community event. The base fireworks display is budgeted for $40,000 and is already included in the approved 2026 Family Days budget. This represents the standard show residents have come to expect. However, 2026 also marks the 250th anniversary of the United States, which is a rare national milestone. To recognize this occasion, Mad Bomber has offered a one-time enhancement option specifically designed for the USA 250 celebration. Those options include a $5,000 patriotic grand opening and a $10,000 enhanced encore finale. or you can choose to do both enhancements for a combined $15,000. Staff is recommending that the board approve both one-time enhancements for a total fireworks cost not to exceed $55,000. While the base budget remains $40,000, staff believes the additional $15,000 represents a meaningful and appropriate investment given the significance of the 250th anniversary and the opportunity to create a memorable community event. These enhancements are intended to be a one-time only and would not carry forward into future years. Staff therefore recommends adoption of the resolution as presented, approving the agreement with Mad Bomber Fireworks Production in an amount not to exceed $55,000. Happy to answer any questions.
Every year, not every year, for the past several years, we get compliments about our fireworks. And we're like, your fireworks are great, your fireworks are great. And we have a special celebration, 250 coming up. I think I agree with staff's recommendation. We should make it special and add the other pieces of this that Mad Bomber's offering.
Mm-hmm.
Every year, people come up to me as we sit through the fireworks display and use the phrase, best money we ever spent. Worth every penny. So I think that our residents would certainly approve of us doing a little extra this year. Mm-hmm. And I love the fact that he's called the Mad Bomber. I just love it every year.
Questions? Comments? Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Trustee Benton?
Yes.
Trustee Berg?
Yes.
Trustee Goldstone?
Yes.
Trustee Greenberg?
Yes.
Trustee Jacoby?
Yes.
Trustee Oppenheim?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Item 2624, resolution ratifying agreement with ComEd for interconnection of distributed energy resources facilities. Robert.
Thank you, Mayor. You're all aware of the location of our wastewater treatment plant, but for those that aren't, that are listening or watching, the wastewater treatment plant is on Hackberry Road, and it's directly across from Shepherd Middle School and where the pickleball courts were constructed a few years back. And so on the south side of Hackberry Road there, we have a wastewater treatment facility. It's approximately 7 acres worth of land. And on that property, there exists a 2-acre parcel that was basically blank. The village contracted with Verigy and their subcontractors to construct a solar panel farm in that location. And that would work as the solar panels pull energy from the sun. That energy gets put back on the grid by the solar farm through a connection with Commonwealth Edison, and that offsets our energy usage at the wastewater treatment plant. As the wastewater treatment plant is our largest energy consumption facility at the village, so it's going to offset approximately 20% of that power consumption at the plant. This is the last piece of it, and so everything at the solar farm, at the wastewater treatment plant, has been constructed. And literally the last thing that remains is the electrical contractor is going to come and make that final connection. So they built a sub-panel box, which is 20 feet away from the Commonwealth Edison transformer. Everything's in the ground, and everything's ready to go. When the cutover takes place on February 17th, our contractor will be there, Commonwealth Edison will be there. They'll make the changeover, they'll make the connection, and everything's live. And that's all. And that's all that remains. An 80-page agreement comes along with this. Thankfully, our attorney has reviewed that. It doesn't require us to pay anything. It doesn't require us to do anything other than what we've already done. But it does require that we maintain it as long as it's existing in that place and operating. Of course, we have liability if our connection to Commonwealth Edison blows up the transformer or causes damage to Commonwealth Edison's facility anyway, then we're responsible to make repairs.
Bob, what I'd like to suggest, and perhaps I'm not sure the timing of this, but if there's a way to say every 6 months or every year how much we generated that supported that there's kind of like a report back, like a report back to the board of how much energy that we either saved or generated And my guess is there's a way to do that.
That is absolutely possible.
But I'd like to just put the expectation in the board that we're going to hear every 6 months or a year, annually, that how much that was generated from the solar panels to support the operation. Just it's kind of like a,
Let's have another report in the fall.
We've invested a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's like, okay, let's just like to see that's working. Right?
So we'll add it to our annual report as part of that.
And Energy might be planning to do that. I just like to present that back to the board at a board meeting where we can say, you know what? Yeah, we thought we were going to get this, but now we actually got that. And I just
let's look at August, September-ish to bring that.
I think
if
whatever
that's
that looks
if that's
like.
good with you.
That works great, and that worked out great with budgeting and everything. We'll be looking at electrical power and electrical usage at that point anyway, and it's a natural time for us to have that conversation.
But I think our agreement with Verigy stipulates that it does need to be tracked. And that we do need to be notified that it's living up to our expectations.
So they have a performance
That's part
guarantee.
of our agreement with them.
Yes, they have a performance guarantee, and so we're guaranteed to receive a certain incentive or a certain amount of energy from the solar field.
Day.
Yes,
every day. So
I get mine every day.
So as a consumer with your own home with solar panels at your house, I think we ought to be able to report that back to the board.
They have it. They have it.
Yep. We have an app that we'll be installing on our phones, and we can track it very easily with that.
All right, let's plan on that.
It's fun.
With that, just requesting that the board authorize the execution of that document, and we'll be on our way, ready to move forward.
I just think it's amazing that this document is complicated as it is. It was like the endless contract from
99 pages.
It was a nightmare.
Thank God for attorneys.
Yeah. I hope you enjoyed vetting this, Ben.
Not something you hear that often, probably.
On behalf of Jennifer,
No more riveting reading.
But it also
Larry,
shows.
me, Ben.
But
Thank
no,
you.
not many others are doing this. I think that's part of the uniqueness. I mean, this is.
Well, let's just think about that for a second.
Yeah.
Not many people are doing this, and not many people are doing what we're doing with LRS, right? So
saying, right?
we are a leader in this area.
We're trying.
Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
I will make a motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call.
Trustee Berg?
Yes.
Trustee Goldstone?
Yes.
Trustee Greenberg?
Yes.
Trustee Jacoby?
Yes.
Trustee Oppenheim?
Yes.
Trustee Benton?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Items for discussion, the mayor. Just a couple of things. What I just said, we just addressed a couple of things in this meeting where we continue to be a leader in sustainability, and we should be proud. And thank you, staff, for helping us implement those ideas, and to the board for being a leader. The other thing that other couple of things that we did in this meeting is we celebrated and honored Jeff Marks and Pastor Tim Higgins. In this crazy world of so many crazy, dark, awful things that happen, these are good things to celebrate. And these are things that we should shine a light on when we can. And again, we thank Jeff and Pastor Tim for the contributions that they've made and what they've done to help shape us as a community. That's all I got. Trustees.
Day after tomorrow, I believe it is the annual basketball game.
Oh, pack the place.
Pack the place at Shepherd between our public servants. The police and fire department are playing the Shepherd, I believe it's the varsity, the senior 8th grade team. And it's always a lot of fun.
And very close.
A lot of fun. It's a great game, and they really do pack the place. The gym is full, and it's for charity. They raise a lot of money, and lots of the students are involved. Beyond the kids who are playing on the team, the whole student population is there. It's terrific. It's a great event. It starts at 5:00. I think I will be there. I urge everybody to go. It's at Shepherd.
At Shepherd.
Yeah.
And it's for
a hoot.
the 100 Foundation, which provides resources to public safety personnel who are killed in the line of duty and their families, which is a super awesome cause.
It is a fun event, and it is. Our police chief played last year,
And
along
so did
with.
Lauren. Yep.
It's a great evening. I urge everyone to attend.
Did they come out uninjured?
There was some limping.
Thank you for bringing that up. Any other comments by the trustees? Ken?
Nothing.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor?
Hi.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.